You could think of a heat dome sort of like an atmospheric bubble that won't float away, using high pressure energy to trap heat and humidity close to the ground, impacting some 250 million Americans over the next few days. Check out this map from the National Weather Service, and I want you to pay close attention to that purple color. That indicates the extreme risk for heat-related injuries. Beginning on Wednesday, some 45 million Americans are going to be in that extreme risk category. But watch how that purple color begins to expand. On Thursday, 75 million Americans are under the warning, and then on Friday, some of our most concentrated states, much of our central, Midwest, and Northeast, blanketed by those extreme temperatures, affecting an estimated 93 million Americans. And all sorts of strategies are being deployed to try to keep people cool. In Providence, Rhode Island, officials are allowing pools to stay open late, with new splash pads opening up over the weekend for families. And in New York, hundreds of cooling centers will be open to the public beginning on Wednesday. Officials are using community centers and public libraries to welcome in anyone trying to beat the heat. Doctors are warning people to pay close attention to signs of heat exhaustion and stroke, and to see a professional if you begin to feel them.
Fatigue, weakness, you can develop stroke-like symptoms. Again, the confusion is really what sets apart heat exhaustion from heat stroke. And that, if you're demonstrating signs of confusion, you need to make sure that you're coming to an emergency department right away.
And hundreds of thousands of soccer fans from all around the world experiencing this American heat wave for the very first time. Friday expected to be the hottest day so far, and there are 2 World Cup matches scheduled for that day in both Kansas City and Miami. As for the United States soccer team, they play in California Wednesday night in a much milder temperature of mid-70s in Santa Clara, California. In Chicago, Alex Capriello, News Nation.
As of Monday, our city has entered into a heat emergency expected to last through the weekend. If the forecast holds, this could be the hottest 4th of July since 2010. We are taking every precaution to ensure New Yorkers have somewhere they can stay cool during this period of extreme weather. I have activated the city's heat emergency plan, and we will issue targeted warnings through our city's advanced warning system to protect vulnerable New Yorkers. The city has opened hundreds of cooling centers across the 5 boroughs. We have also launched a fleet of more than a dozen cool vans, where New Yorkers can access medical care and resources like water, electrolytes, sunscreen, as well as meals. Visit nyc.gov/beattheheat for a map of cooling centers, including pet-friendly options, and for more information on how to stay safe. And as always, if you see someone who needs help in this heat, call 311, and an outreach team will be sent to help. For the first time in our city's recent history, we will also be dispatching professionals to check in on older New Yorkers in need of any attention. Whatever your plans this holiday, please make sure that you take breaks, you stay indoors when you can, you pack water, you stay hydrated, you stay safe, cool, and prepared. Now let's turn our attention to the measures that we are taking across city agencies to ensure that everyone's safety is a reality this holiday weekend.
Experts are saying the heat wave that we're experiencing now and will be experiencing for the next couple of days all across the country is really going to be a test on our nation's power grid, especially as in the next 24 hours, we are expected to see the highest summertime demand in about 2 decades. You now have the U.S. Department of Energy triggering an emergency alert across the nation's largest power grids. One of them, PJM Interconnection, serves about 67 million people across 13 states, including Washington, D.C., and it believes it will have enough power to meet this week's surge in demand as millions of people are going to be cranking up their air conditioners to try and escape the dangerous heat. But power grids across the country are warning demand, even without this surge, has been growing faster than the power system. Think new data centers, electric vehicles, a growing population. Those are all putting more and more demand on the grid. So over the next few days, as a precaution, grid operators are now asking power plants to postpone maintenance so that as much equipment as possible is available. Utility companies, they are asking people to raise their thermostat just a few degrees. That's going to be significantly helpful. Wait until the evening to run any major appliances, and certainly conserve power during the hottest parts of the day. And here in New York City, officials are asking businesses to do their part in reducing the strain.
And to every business owner, please set your thermostats to 78 degrees to alleviate the stress on our power grid. Every worker in New York City has the right to a safe workplace, and that includes safety in extreme heat.
This heat wave is expected to last at least the next 5 days. That means over the entire holiday weekend. And so all of these bits of advice are important to heed, according to officials. I'm Elise Nieves here in New York City for News Nation.
Our weather team says the temperature tonight is the coolest it's going to feel until late Saturday. Think about that. And this extreme heat is coming during a busy time in Providence, which is why state and local leaders want people to take steps to make sure they can get through the week without any problems.
We are urging residents to take caution. This is serious heat.
Providence Mayor Brett Smiley says he and city staff are doing everything they can to keep people safe with triple-digit temperatures on the way.
It's dramatic. I mean, they're talking about a heat index of perhaps 110 to 115. That doesn't happen in this part of the country very often.
To help people stay cool, the city is extending hours at pools and splash pads, keeping them open until 7 p.m. Wednesday and Thursday. Splash pads will also be open Friday and Saturday, and cooling centers will be available too. The weather also impacting the PVD fan zone. It'll be closed most of the day Wednesday and Thursday, opening both days at 6 p.m. On Friday, it'll open at 4 p.m.
We want everyone to have a great time. We want them to enjoy the success of the fan zone, but in the middle of the day in peak heat, it's really not going to be safe, and there's not a lot of shade down at Station Park.
And it will be a busy weekend in Providence with July 4th celebrations planned by the state Saturday and the city on Sunday.
There's a lot going on in the capital city, which we're excited about. But, think about maybe limiting the hours that you spend during peak sunlight hours outside.
No matter where you plan to be in southern New England the rest of the week, state and local health officials want you to stay hydrated, wear loose clothing and sunscreen, and stay indoors in the AC if you can. If you have to be outside, try to find shade and take breaks to make sure you don't overexert yourself. And you should also make sure to check on your older neighbors and never leave pets or kids inside a hot car. In Providence, I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.
With much of our area under an extreme heat warning, it's safe to say that most people are going to want to stay inside with the air conditioning. But for PennDOT workers like the ones here in Huntington County, there's still work to be done.
We get it done no matter what.
Travis Wilson is one of many PennDOT workers out in the heat this week. He's been in the business for over 30 years and has seen temperatures like this before.
We all carry lots of Gatorade. You need a break, get out of the heat. Just make sure you're safe. That's the biggest thing.
Today's project near Orbisonia was what they call a flat base repair. High heat has the potential to disrupt projects, according to Assistant Highway Maintenance Manager Albert Huey.
Running machinery on this blacktop with tracks and everything can tear up the surface. So there's a point of it's just too hot to get a tracked vehicle like this one, out on the road.
The high temperatures were enough of a concern that Huey moved a crew.
I have a crack sealing crew up the road from here that I moved off of Route 522 that had no shade. And brought them up here, and I just encourage them to take several breaks, more than the normal.
PennDOT says they've put down nearly 83,000 tons of asphalt this year to fill in potholes. Huey doesn't think it's been a bad year for potholes in the county, but it's still important to work on the roads.
Budgets aren't where they used to be, so we have to do what we can to maintain what we have.
I'm told that reporting any pothole you see is helpful, especially during the summer when PennDOT isn't able to look at every road. To find out how, visit our website, WTAJ.com. In Huntington County, Tim Durkin, WTAJ News.
Edgewater Beach is the perfect spot to be today, where you could at least take a dip in the cool lake, but that sun is so intense. The breeze does not feel as cool and soothing as it did just a couple of hours ago, and that intensity is only going to increase as we go throughout the day. And for that reason, the orchestra has postponed tonight's concert at Kane Park. They'll have it in September instead. University Circle has canceled Wade Oval Wednesday. At Progressive Field, they're doing again what they did last night, playing ball, but with extra precautions. Water bottle filling stations and misters placed throughout the park. It's a 1:10 start, so right in the hottest part of the day. We found Clevelanders like former NBA player Wesley Fluellen and his son Wesley getting their workouts in very early. Ooh, what's it like out here this morning?
It's hot, really hot, but getting the work done.
But it's just me and him alone, putting in some work before this hot sun comes out. Usually in the summer, we come up here every morning, Monday through Friday, like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning.
What's it feeling like out here right now?
Right now, it feels pretty good now. There's a slight breeze. It's not going to last that long, hence the reason why we're out here so early again.
We spoke with an ER doctor at Metro Health Medical Center yesterday who said that they were already seeing an increase in patients suffering from heat-related issues. Today is going to be worse. We have another day of these oppressive temperatures and humidity tomorrow, so take it easy. He says hydration is so key to regulating your body and trying to keep yourself as cool as possible on this crazy hot day. In Cleveland, I'm Stacey Fry, Fox 8 News.